Good morning and thank you for choosing Lich's Lair Games for your drafting video needs. I'm Rocco, and before we begin, I'd like to introduce myself. Longtime patron of the Lair and Green Mage by trade, I'm here to expose people to drafting formats and help everyone, myself included, be a better drafter, whether in regards to a particular format, say Dragon's Maze, Gatecrash, Return to Ravnica, or just drafting in general. With that said, I'll try not to get too out of character for myself, as some people tend to act weird when they're being recorded. See House Season 4, Episode 7, titled Ugly. To help alleviate that problem, you're going to hear me in my drive-thru window voice I use at work. It's the voice I get paid to use, so deal with it. Beyond that, I want you guys to be critical, learn not from my explanations, but from my mistakes too. Lastly, I don't value signaling as much as some people, though I do value reading signals. And with that, let's smash face, pwn noobs, and like any Chicago native, choke and lose in the final round. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another draft of Theros. This is Rocco, and we're about to start in just a few moments. I'd like to talk about a few of the drafts I've done recently with some of the better decks. Green-Blue Tempo is really good. Mono-Black Devotion is a thing, but the one I won with most recently was actually a junk deck, and my theory is that it is not hard to splash in this format, as a lot of spells cost only a single mana color, or I only have a single mana color requirement. So, something to keep in mind. We may test this. Let's begin. Rare is Pixis of what is it? Yeah, Pandemonium. No. So let's see. We've got a Lightning Strike, always good. Bloodtoll Harpy, not bad, but probably not first pickable. Other than that, yeah, there's really not a lot in this right now. It's probably between the Lightning Strike and the Bloodtoll Harpy. Having an evasive dude that gets in for 1 damage when, well, 1 life when he enters the field versus just some removal that may or may not be good. Also, this pack is very light on red, and they're going to notice a common's gone. We pick the only red card out of it. But on the plus side, it signals for them to, at the very least, stay out of this pack. Really, March of the Undead isn't terrible. March of the Returned isn't terrible either. Aqueous Form has its uses. I'm not really a fan of the red decks in this format, at least not yet, but if you can get a very aggressive start, whatever. Lightning Strike seems to be the pick. We don't have to be married to our first pick, but moving on, we've got the White Devotion guy, a Benthic Giant, which is a good late game, a Baleful Eidolon, Kragma Warcaller. I've seen the Minotaur deck, and it's not terrible. On the other hand, Ill-Tempered Cyclops is one of the best value creatures you can get. And not to mention, Warcaller puts us in red-black, but given the right spells, it's not terrible. It's maybe worth a gamble right now. On the other hand, Baleful Eidolon is another potential choice. Honestly, I haven't drafted an aggressive deck yet, and it's looking like if we can grab another Kragma Warcaller or two, could set us up pretty well. I have almost lost to this before. It's pretty hardcore. Yeah, Warcaller can pay off huge dividends if it comes our way. Meanwhile, looks like what we've got here, Sip of Hemlock, and any type of aggressive shell. It's a little expensive. On the other hand, Two-Headed Cerberus is pretty good. I like me a double striker at any time, especially if you can combine it with this guy right here. And being a 3-drop is not bad either. It does die to most removal, but let's see, what are the other possible options? Yas's Emissary is really good. Centaur Battlemaster, I like him a lot. It may be worth switching to green. Ordeal of Nalia, not amazing in draft. At least not from what I've seen. It's really good if you can get any sort of heroic shenanigans going. But by itself, it's probably not worth the possible 2-for-1. Sedge Scorpion, not terrible. You know what? Probably safer to go with the Two-Headed Cerberus at this point. We're going to see how this works out for us. I'm not as good with aggressive decks, so let's see. If we are going with red-black aggressive, this is not bad for a mana sink, obviously. I can't guarantee how much we'll be scrying. And on the other hand, Bloodtoll Harpy, a 2-1 with evasion, can really end the game for us. So that's probably be what it is. This is just way too expensive. I don't have anything to support this yet. Nothing in white. Yeah, it's really looking like the heartbeat right now. We're gonna still try and stick with that Minotaur deck. Freaka's Curse is really good. Just getting some early blockers out of the way. This guy, not amazing. Really becomes a 3/6 for on turn 7 at the earliest. Not what we want. We may just completely change this up at some point. We'll see. But not bad. Freaka's Curse might be better. Yeah, other than that, there's really not a lot. A Crow and Crusader, possibly, if I want to, bestow a little bit here and there, but yeah, it's looking like the curse. Hopefully some Minotaurs come our way. We're gonna find out. Otherwise, we may have to switch pretty quick. Hopeful Eidolon this late. He is a 4-mana enchantment that gets you a 1/1 when it dies that you can further enchant. Pretty good. He may actually be the sign that, yeah, let's get out of this red-black nonsense. On the other hand, yeah, this doesn't feel like a very deep pack, honestly. You got a trick, really expensive trick, halfway decent trick. I like the thought of Feral Invocation. Usually you can at least, I would assume you can get a 2 for 2 out of it if you play it right with Flash. But otherwise than that, if we're going to continue with our, you know what, let's stick to our continuous strategy, stick with Fleshmad Steed. Just some early aggression, see where it takes us. Haven't seen this pack yet. Yeah, once again, this is not bad for a late drop mana fixing, but like, there's not a whole lot of good stuff in this anyway. Voyaging Satyr is probably the best card. Traveler's Amulet if I want to splash a 3rd color. Yeah, this guy's not terrible. 4, 3 for 5. It's not with some card advantage, not terrible. Actually at this point almost worth considering. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. If we're gonna splash green, might as well go big, right? In here we've got red, black, green artifact enchantment removal. You know what? I really think that at this point I'm gonna start grabbing a couple white cards just in case, even if they're terrible. Yeah. Black may still be open, strangely enough. Fleshmad Steed. It's a bear. Silent Artisan, I don't think, even if we are going white, he's still not the greatest card. Oh, hey, look, that rare's still there. Great. It's mostly a semi-evasion, but it's expensive and it's costly. It's costly in terms of resources. It's really looking like, you know what, let's go with Boon of Erebos, get us a trick. I mean, I'd be a 2 for 1, but at least a 1 for 1 and save a guy against a removal spell. At this point, this haste doesn't really make these any better than that other one. Traveling Philosophers, Guardians of Meletus against anything really fast. You know what? If we're looking to maybe go white, let's go with the Traveling Philosophers. Another Boon of Erebos. I don't hate this guy, especially in the aggressive decks. But even if you just need a blocker early. Other than that, yeah, we don't have anything really worthwhile here with Heroic, so let's go with another Boon of Erebos. Possibly Yoke Docs. Again, I hate early aggressive decks, and Yoke Docs is a really good wall for that. On the other hand, against anything that goes much longer game, this is some nice card advantage, and it's quality for creatures that you probably want to get back. We're mostly in black so far, so let's go with that. Flyer. Did someone? Yeah, someone disconnected. So that's how we got this. Same thing, just against any blue-black style control deck. We'll do some good. And a Plains. So far, we don't know for certain where we're at. Right now, we could just possibly go mono black. Maybe splashing white or green or red. It could go any way right now. Unless another Kragma Warcaller comes our way, we might still try for the Minotaur deck. But not a single other Minotaur that I remember seeing. Probably not going to happen. Having access to a Lightning Strike is still not terrible. But if we're just splashing, you want it against early aggression, because a lot of the big creatures just don't die to it. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. The only color we're Almost certainly not in his blue. So where are we at? And that's not even for certain. We got a Magma Jet here for to keep up red-black aggression. We do have two Minotaurs. On the other hand, white removal. Some really good red cards. And someone to the right of us was almost certainly cutting off of red anyway. At this point, it's far more likely that this guy's going to table than the Divine Verdict, and we have... There's nothing in... There's one card in green. Again, these are some lopsided tags. Emerald Raptor is not terrible. If we're the only ones in black, then this could almost certainly table, and even if it doesn't, the Viper's Kiss probably will, which is not a horrible card. For right now, I want the certain removal. Let's get the Divine Verdict. Wow. If we decide to go blue, that's not bad. We have Observant Alseid and a Disciple of Phoenix. Also Ray of Dissolution, but it's something we'd hope more to table. Ordeal of Perforos would be good if we're still going to Minotaurs, but I'm not going to count on it at this point. I do not want to pass a bus, but right now it's really looking more like 2 2-for-1s here. Which one has the better? I'd rather go with this guy. You know, we're gonna probably start moving towards a mono black style deck. Yeah, and it's only can definitely pay off at this point. Nim's Naiad is good, getting a dude some flying 2-for-1. That's a lot better than the All-State, but Freaka's Curse, Cavern Lampad, Read the Bones. This is pretty deep for black, and it's a really good sign that the person to the left of us is not in black. We're gonna try. Do we want to try and splash blue? Again, power versus consistency. What kind of creatures do we have right now? We've got anything that really matters. If we're gonna splash blue, then the red's out. Fleshman Steed, Bear, Harpy already flies. Call of Ratharos, don't want it to fly. This Warcaller would be bad, but you know, we gotta make a decision quick. Let's go with the Read Bones. Consistency. Make it a little more consistent. Sea God's Revenge. Wow, I really kind of want to just move into blue at this point. That's a card worth splashing for, too. Blood Toll Harpies. Well, it was our first. No, was it for. I don't know. Echoes. Sea God's Revenge, Blood Toll Harpy. This is a broken. Not broken, but it's a really powerful card. I'm gonna let whoever else is in this fight over the red. Almost definitely not green. Oh, good, look. Ooh, some quality removal. This guy can probably table. Minotaur, let someone else have it. You know what, at this point, we've given up on the Minotaur deck. We took their Crackable Warcaller, we've cut them off a little bit. Meantime, Lash of the Whip is pretty clearly the pick here. Scholar of Theros will probably table. They tend to a lot. Is it a Theros or is it Athreos? My bad. Where are we at? Another Read the Bones versus Rescue from the Underworld. We don't have any huge guys yet. Okay. We're gonna hide the red for right now. If we splash red, it's gonna be for that. We're probably gonna hide the green too. If we splash anything, it's gonna be blue at this point. Triton Fortune Hunter, not terrible. Oh, good, a Minotaur. Do I really just want to keep passing all this? Read the Bones seems like the better option right now. Yeah, keep it consistent. This guy is an amazing early blocker. This could get us a nice 2-for-1 if we have a big enough creature. But at the same time, this guy is getting an enchantment out of it's pretty good too. Yeah, we're gonna this guy. He's also really good. Really? Okay, blue is wide open. Wide open. If Sea God's Revenge has made it this far. yeah, as much as I would like this video, if Sea God's Revenge is making this far, blue could not be more open. I'm tempted to take this again. Screw over. It's not a good tactic. It's really not. It's very like, okay, I have a 1 in 7 chance of screwing over. Well, let's see. What, 3 in 7 chance of screwing over an opponent by taking this? But at the same time, this is really expensive even if I were to use it. I need more creatures too. Let's take him just in case. He is decent blocker. Dark Betrayal versus Ray of Dissolution. No, Ray of Dissolution, just in case. Again, wow, blue and black is wide open. At this point, if our game is long enough, this could work in our favor. But we're a little low on creatures. Why not? Card draw. Alright, so here we are. Our early picks did not work out with Crag Moorcaller and a little bit of green, a little bit of red. We're not splashing the Lightning Strike, even if we were to get fixing. Again, you'll see a lot of this stuff is, one black. This is double black, but black is also probably going to be our primary color. On the other hand, the Grey Merchant earlier did not table. Soldier of the Pantheon is not bad. There's not a whole lot of... It's... Let's see, Burnished Heart is not where I want to be. It would be nice fixing. I like God's Willing. If that tables, I'm going to be so happy. But Satiable Harpy is a really nice 4-drop. Grey Merchant of Asphodel. It's between the Merchant. Ooh, the Alseid 2. Merchant, the Harpy, or Alseid. Good too. Oh, and also this guy's not bad either. I have to believe one of them is going to table. This guy is a guaranteed effect. He's a nice blocker. We're taking the Harpy. You know what? We're going to go with it because it has evasion. If it comes back around, yippity-doo-dah, yippee-ki-yay. Meanwhile, Dauntless Onslaught is a really great trick. Cavern Lampad, if I'm the only one in black, that could be amazing. Horizon Scholar is really good as a 6-drop. We're pretty heavy on them. I'm not really counting the bounty, but still. These tend to be slower formats. I'd rather have this guy over this guy, especially for the only 1 blue cost. Also having a Lampad. Lampad might table. I'm going with the 4/4 for 6 that scries us. Where are we at? Stymied Hope, Voyage's End. Ooh, this is coming really late, but person may be counting on the fact that it's gonna table since green's probably not being grabbed too heavily. Unknown Shores, Aqueous Form. Triton Tactics is a great defensive card, but all in all, I gotta go with the Voyage's End at this point. Riptide coming this late is also really good. Lash of the Witch, actual removal, last breath, great against early aggression. Also against that Minotaur deck, it's really good. I gotta go with the last breath. Curve's a little lopsided here right now. Where are we at? Oh, right now. Really? Well, hey, you see a bus? You hop on. Other possibilities: Cavern Lampad and Return Phalanx. What? Man, that's a bomb. Generally will win us the game. Hopeful Eidolon coming this late. Again, I've said it before, that's really great. Observant Alseid, also good. Alseid is a nice 5-drop, as you can see I'm lacking here. Lifelink can get us out of a sticky situation. It's tough. I'm going to take the Eidolon because, you know what? Full lifelink against aggressive decks can be exactly what we need at times. Disciple of Phoenix. There's also this Sentry. Really good 5-drop, as much as I want this card. This guy, again, throwing an Eidolon on him. Really good. Kind of sad that it did. There's the Baleful Eidolon on the other hand. Yoked Ox, Minotaur. There's some other good stuff here, but Yoked Ox is good against early aggression as always. Fellhead Minotaur, cutting that guy off because you know there's one going around. But Baleful Eidolon's going to keep us alive long enough to cast Sea God's Revenge, fix our mana, whatever. Let's see where we at. God's Willing, Scourge Mark. I don't have a whole lot of heroics. Probably the God's Willing, because you know what, that trick's always nice. What else we got? Kind of upset that I only got Cavern's pretty good around this time. Might as well take the Unknown Shores. That's not terrible. Take this out of spite, and we're pretty much done. So we got some really nice stuff. A couple of regrets on what we didn't take, but not getting the Grey Merchant and another Disciple kind of sucks, but full card. We just kind of have to hope for some good pairings, guys. So here we are. Most of our blue cards are 6-drops. Imagine that. Got one piece of fixing. Got a little bit of consistency. A little bit of what am I looking at here? Removal. Yeah. So onwards to deck building. Let's hide the green. Stole a Lightning Strike. Let's be happy about that. Hide the red, obviously. We're gonna hide this. We can't hide it like that. Guys, there's still some things I don't know about with Magic Online, so bear with me. Meanwhile, so we're primarily white. Or, sorry, primarily black. Wanderer is going to go in there because having a regenerate creature with an enchantment is always good, especially if you can throw the, not the Captain Lamp, what is it? The, Baleful Eidolon on it, that's what. We've got 2 bears. This guy is bigger than a bear. He's going to do just as much as these 2 guys, except even more if we manage to target him. Eidolon's definitely coming in. Pharika's Cure and Last Breath. Definitely want Voyage's End. Some of these, definitely want that guy. We want a lot of the enchantment, the bestow creatures. They are just, that guy's really good. I almost want to say it sucks that I had to take this guy over Vaporkin, but honestly, I can't believe we got 2 Sea God's Revenge. I'm just going to throw that out there. Lash the Whip. Some removal consistency, as I said. Melita Charlatan. We have quite a few instants and sorceries, but paying 3 to do it, otherwise he's just a 2/3. I like this guy. Yeah, this is probably where we're going to be. Anything else? I want creatures. 12 creatures. Not the greatest. Depending if I want to have the bears in there. I also kind of want a God Willing. Is there anything I don't really want? You know what? I'm debating keeping the Last Breath out. You know what? I'm gonna keep a Pharika's Cure out. Call me crazy, but that was a time. We're probably going to do, I think we're going to do 23 cards, 18 lands. But anyways, the reason I'm keeping this out is because there's not a whole lot of 2 toughness creatures that matter. On the other hand, though, there's a lot of creatures with 2 power that you really want to get rid of. For example, any of the Minotaurs, a lot of them are 2/3s. Kragma Warcaller, just the 3 mana cost black one. So what we want to do, so again, even, what is it, 2 or less? Yeah, I think so. A lot of the heroic guys early on, we don't care about them getting 4 life. Our game, we have long game. So the only thing is, yes, looks like we would have a tendency to lose some life, but that is why. Let's see, I probably won't want a creature. Cavalry, Pegasus, do I want evasion or do I want just bear? I don't even care about the whole flying aspect of that. It's just having an evasive creature. Is there any, just out of curiosity, is there anything that is affected? This guy, the Traveling Philosopher, if I wanted to. Towards a hero, that's a human, right? Yeah, human warrior. Oh, that's a skeleton. So, Phoenix, human, should we want to? This is a nice card advantage too, but I would rather not have this in and go up against an aggressive deck right away. Let's go. This contributes slightly more to our devotion, which I don't hate. This is not a bad combat trick either, but we need more creatures to be able to put this on. From my experience, the whole dying when another creature dies, tap it, hasn't had a whole lot of effect. We're gonna go with it just because it's black as opposed to white. And let's add some land, definitely Unknown Shores, and Suggest Away. 3/3. We're gonna add 1 more white. I think we have a lot more than what it gets us credits for. And as for the blue, it almost could go down to 2, but yeah, let's do it like that. Told you we're going to add 18 because we do have enough high drops. We want to make. I don't have to explain land theory to you guys, do I? Whatever. We're submitting this. Oh, we're the last one. We take forever. So onwards to